What's up everybody, hope you're all doing great. Welcome back to Cilinix Crypto and to this video. And in this video I wanted to quickly go over the news which came out yesterday about the Stepn application and thereby also GMT and GST. In short, the summary was in short it was that Stepn is no longer able to provide their services in mainland China. We all know mainland China is a huge market, so that was quite big news, and that caused GMT, the governance token of Stepn, and GST, the utility token in Stepn, to plummet quite a bit. So in this video, I just wanted to, like, in an improvised manner, in an improvised way, I wanted to go over the news and see what that did, and my opinion on whether I think GMT has dropped already and can go up from here. And GST as well, or whether I think we are going to drop down even more. So I do want to say in the beginning, as I said, this is improvised, so there might be times where it's a little bit slow, but I thought it would be interesting to kind of just go over it with you. And apart from that, this video is about the news about GMT and what news about Stepn and what that did to the tokens. This video is not about the Stepn application and how it works and if it's sustainable with the prices of GST and GMT and if it's sustainable how the application works. That's a very interesting thing to talk about too, but I think that deserves a whole other video, a big video. We can talk about that a lot, and I read some very interesting things about it. But in this video, I just wanted to go over the news. So, as I said, the main news is, and we are now on the South China Morning Post, main news is that the China cryptocurrency regulations prompt popular NFT-based move to earn game Stepn to block mainland users. And the main thing that happened, because this is kind of cryptic, you know, just the title of news, the main thing that happened was there were new regulations in mainland China. So I think Hong Kong and stuff are not included in that. But there were regulations that certain apps, and in this case also Stepn, were not allowed to use GPS in mainland China. And what that means, it's quite obvious, obviously, but what that means is that when players used Stepn, obviously their GPS location is used to determine how much they run and how hard and how much GST thereby they earn. And when the GPS is no longer when Stepn is no longer allowed to use GPS, which is no longer allowed, they cannot provide any services. And they want to comply with the regulations, I get that, so they disabled the app and they disabled their service to those users altogether. That happened. What that caused was a drop of GMT, down from 1.36 cents to like 84 cents, which was a drop of 40%, I think. And since that, we have gone up quite a bit. We're now at around $1 again, which is great. Volume is still very high. Obviously, that's people buying the dip and people selling when news came out. And then we go to GST. So again, GMT is the governance token. GST is the utility token. It's what you earn. GST, kind of the same. We dropped down from 2.1 all the way down to $1.5, which is quite a big decrease. I think about 30% again over the last 7 days. It's actually a bigger decrease over the last 7 days. It went from $3 to $1.50, which is a decrease of 50%, obviously. While GMT over the last week went down from 1.17, last week 1.41 down to 84. It's also a big decrease, but I think that's about 40% as well, a little bit more. So obviously that's bad news for GMT and bad news for Stepn, and thereby also bad news for GST. But it's bad news for Stepn altogether. But I know a lot of people on this channel, because I covered GMT quite a bit, definitely in the beginning and its inception. No, and I know a lot of you have invested in GMT and are interested in what I think at least this news means to the price of GMT and GST. And I have to be honest with you, I think the price is going to drop down even more of both GMT and GST. That's the bad news. The good news is though that I do not think I do not think that this news will cause it to drop down more. And as I said in the beginning, this video will not be about the application Stepn and how it works, but I do want to say that I think that there's a lot of potential still for Stepn. I think there's a lot of potential to grow. I think there's a lot of potential to add things to their application, maybe new ways of making revenue for Stepn, and thereby that's also better for the whole economy within the application and between the application GMT and GST. So I think it has a lot of potential also for the long term. And therefore, I mean, that is blocked in mainland China. There's still a huge world where it isn't blocked yet, and where a lot of people are using it, buying the sneakers and walking around with the application on. And therefore, I do not think that this news, we've also seen a strong recovery. I don't think this news is going to make it drop down more. What I do think is that Stepn is not strong enough to go against the trend of the market. So again, the trend of the market comes into play. I think the market is going to drop down more within the next weeks, months, even. And I think GMT is going to fall with that. But I do want to remind you that for the long term, I do think Stepn will be around. And thereby, I do think that Stepn, in my opinion at least, is a good long-term investment. Maybe not now, because of the inflation that's still possible within the price. As you can see, only 10% is in circulation. I also do not hold GMT for now, but I think the application itself, Stepn, has a bright future. So yeah, that's basically my opinion on it. I do not think that this news is going to make it drop down more. I do think that that these bearish markets are going to drag Stepn and GMT and GST along with it to lower prices. But yeah, that's basically my opinion and a short summary of what happened with GMT and GST and what I think will happen next. If you have any questions left, please let me know down in the comments. And if you want to discuss anything, please let me know down in the comments as well. For now though, thank you all for watching and listening, and I hope to see you all in my next videos. Bye.